Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, energy oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. I already shuffled. All right. Okay, what's up with this? All right. I want to say this was Libra. I want to say it was Libra that this was the same thing. You got the sacral chakra here. And I'm really feeling the same type of energy like I did with Libra, I want to say. Be careful what you go forward with and what you do next, because you want to go with what you feel is the right thing to do. Don't go with what's right on paper. Like, just don't go with what's right on paper. There is a balancing feel here for you, too. Not that Aquarius is against things balancing out, but it's not a normal feel, but I do feel like, I don't know, there's ways you get things to balance out, so I don't want to say that you're unbalanced. Don't take that wrong, but make sure that you do something that you're emotionally comfortable with. Just don't do what you feel is the technically right thing to do. I feel like that's the thing. And I feel like the reason I'm bringing forth the balance thing is like, even if it goes out of focus, you'll have a chance to put it back in focus later. So for right now, when I'm coming into this, they're saying just go with your heart on this. If it doesn't feel right, even though it's something that like you feel like this is what you should be doing, if it doesn't feel right, just do your best to not, or step away, or alter it in some form so that it can go in your benefit down the road. Now, there's a lot of face down cards here. A lot of face down cards, which tells me like this seems to be just things are happening as they go. It's just kind of flying by the seat of your pants. The situation as you're coming into it, you have, or where we're coming into it, or picking up from it, whatever. You got the 10 of Cups with the 7 of Cups. Yes, you do. So you're a part of the system. You're a part of the whole what's going on here. You're feeling like a valued piece. And it's inspiring you to do other things, to go other places, to go other directions. The face down card I'm getting for you is the High Priest. The High Priest? High Priest. Straight setup. Good. I was hoping so. So I feel like you're looking at like other possibilities, and it's kind of like what's coming in next? What actually values the situation more? You're very happy you're a part of the situation. You're seeing opportunities out there ahead, like other things you can do based on what you got right now. But you're also like very quietly to yourself, like if I do this, then what goes on with that? If I go here, who goes there? It's not only about the situation, but who you're going to have to deal with. And if you vacate where you are, who's going to take your spot? There's a lot here you're thinking about. It's not just about opportunities and where they could go, but it's like, who's going to take my spot? And who am I going to have to deal with? And like, if I leave this, am I going to be okay with what I'm leaving behind for the other people I care about? One of those things. You got a lot of thought going into this. Like, what do I want to do with this? But you're keeping that close to your chest. You're not letting people know that that's definitely affecting your decision going forward, but it is. And the situation itself has the Sun card. Like, everything is good. This is why you're feeling so good. But that's another weight on you, oddly enough. Because you're like, yeah, it is. It's great. And I want to keep it great. So if I walk away, what happens then? Does it stay great? If I keep staying here, though, is this just a moment? Or, is this just good for now? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the seasons change. You know what I mean? In spring and summer, we have a lot of things blooming and blossoming. But in the fall, not everything blossoms and blooms. In the winter, you're really not going to have blossoming and blooming. Not up here where I am in New York, anyway. So, there you go. So you're kind of questioning, like, yeah, seasons change. It's great now, but, is it going to stay that way? And also, me leaving, do I want to leave? Do I want to leave this in disarray? Like, will it take away the sunny day if I leave? that does weigh on you because the people a part of this do matter to you, is what I'm getting. 2 face-down cards. The World and the 6 of Cups. Now, the 6 of Cups is a history card. The World is saying we're going into a whole new phase. The fact that it's face down is telling me that you might not be realizing it, or other people might not be realizing it. Could be a little bit of both. It might be one of those things where you're kind of toying with the idea that you're kind of done with this spot and going somewhere else. Something like that. You're toying with it. Haven't really sold into it. But I'm getting the World card face down with the 6 of Cups face down is kind of like the proof is in the pudding. Like this has kind of hit its moment. This has hit its pinnacle. A new phase is about to come in. I do feel like there's something moving on at the very least. It might be you. But something is about to change. And history says you can look back and see why and possibly what. Definitely the why, but possibly the what is going to change. Because they're saying the sunny day is here, it's kind of like you hit the crescendo, and now it's on to something else. Face down is telling me it's definitely going to end. It just might not be quite apparent, but like they're saying, if you look at the history, if you look really close at the history, even if you haven't been around in this situation all that long, if you ask around and find out how things have ebbed and flowed before, like the season is going to change. Like I feel like you should be having that inkling anyway. Like seasons change and it's going to change. Now, we're gonna keep that face down. As it keeps going forward, things popping forward, like, yeah, okay, so all these cards are face down except for one. Other people are walking away. Other people are walking away. You got walk away. This is the only card that was face up at this point. Other people are walking away. Your face down card is the Page of Wands. You're kind of stuck just continuing on what you've been doing at this point, and you're seeing other people walk away. And this card, like that kid, always looks freaked out to me, and I feel like that's your reaction. Like you're continuing on doing what you have to do because you need to, but you're also like, oh my God, like what is about to happen? What is going on here? If people are leaving, that's kind of like, it's almost like you feel like your opportunities are being taken away, because if you move on now, that's really going to leave this situation in disarray. And it's kind of making you nervous, kind of like, oh, what's going on here? Like, people are walking away, and I don't know what to make of it, but I'm just going to continue on doing what I need to do. You're keeping the home fires burning, is what I'm getting. But it's really bothering you. Like, what does this mean? Where is this going? In the environment itself, you got the Tower card. This event is really causing some problems. The Tower card face down is telling me you're not going to see it right off the bat. It's going to surface to you. You're going to see the effects of this later on, but this is actually a Tower moment that's going to be more apparent outwardly later on. But this is definitely a Tower moment. This is throwing things off. This is causing that World card that was face down is also kind of like reinforced by the Temple card, in my opinion, plus the 7th chakra, which is the crown chakra. It is the crown chakra. Time to move on. They're saying it's time. This is something that's meant to happen. This whole situation is going to go a completely different way soon. And the final card I see in the center is the 8 of Cups. Like literally, this whole thing that was the sunny day, it's getting a complete makeover. Complete rehaul, I think is better. Like tearing it down and building it back up. The Tower card is here. I just don't feel like you're aware of it right off the bat. It's going to be more apparent down the road. But like this is really creating a big upset. And it's weird because internally, emotionally, you're feeling it. You're nervous, and you're like, what does this mean? Because that inner part of you is saying, oh, this isn't good. This is going to throw things off. This is going to throw things up in the air. So as we keep going, we got more face down cards. Oh my goodness. Yes, things are being thrown off. Things are being shaken up. But this is opening the door to other possibilities, better possibilities, which you might be saying, well, the sun, that's pretty much optimal, isn't it? Different sun card, different time in life. You know what I mean? it's kind of like that Sun card was not going to be a permanent moment. That was not going to stay there forever. It just was not. But the fact that this is being broken down and rebuilt, adjacent possibilities with the door to romance is telling me we're heading towards another Sun card moment. But, you know, it took the breaking down and rebuilding to get that to happen. What happened before was a Sun card, but that wasn't going to stay. Seasons change. And if things kept on the same path, it would not have resulted in another Sun card. So we have to re-establish the situation, revamp it, and head again out. And this time we're going to get another Sun card moment. It's just going to be different than the last time. So it is good. Like in the environment, you have things, this is face down. The painful part of this, you're not going to see it. That's the painful part of this. Because the romance card, the door to romance, is actually even leading into the lovers, which is like passing the test, things working out, things going very, very well. Now, this is all face down. And when I'm getting here, how this is ending is like you're still not seeing it. But to give you like a sense of like if you're on or off, or if this reading is for you or not, you still like the situation. Your gut feeling is telling you you like it here. Like, you really do like it. Your gut, well, I don't want to go with the gut thing. You might be looking at, like, things are falling apart, other people are jumping ship, and you might be like, the smart thing to do would be for me to jump ship too. Remember when we had this in the beginning, the sacral chakra? Like, what do you really want as opposed to what looks like the right thing to do? Because other people are jumping ship, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit rickety. You're thinking, well, it's a sinking ship. Should I really be sitting here on the deck just sunning myself? Probably not. I probably want to get myself in a lifeboat too and get out of here. That would be like the analytical thing. That would make sense analytically. That's what I should do. But your heart should be telling you, I don't really want to leave this situation. I enjoy this. I don't want to leave this connection I have here. That's where we're saying if your heart, the Empress here is saying, your heart is telling you, this is still not done. This does not have to be abandoned. I can still make this work. There's still good to be had here. Hope is there. The Star card is telling me this is face down too, like most of these cards are. There is hope in the environment. Even though the deceit isn't that bad, basically the information is not coming forward to you about what's changing. The Tower card, yes, is completely changing things, but it's actually going to work out. I just feel like the painful part is you're not going to see it at this point. The whole thing with this reading, if it's hitting for you, you don't really want to leave, but you're thinking it might be the smart thing to do is to leave. It might be smart to leave, that you're thinking analytically that makes best sense, but your heart is saying, I don't want to go though. That's how you're going to know if this reading is for you or not. So it could go a lot better. There's a lot good going around here. The question is, are you going to stick it out and wait it out? Are you going to listen to your head or your heart? Which Aquariuses are usually do things very sensibly. They use their head to get through things usually. Typically, stereotypically, you know. But they're saying this might be one of those times where listening to your heart might actually serve you better. And I think we're good. All right, I'm going to wrap that up here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.